vehicles to lane 4, please. Test vehicles to lane 4, please. We are just about to get underway. Look, you can see Wade down there. He's got the big Reynolds head. Seriously, have a look at that. That is a big Bronco head if ever I've seen one. Seriously. So so testing vehicles and bikes, please, to the lanes. We won't be far off, ladies and gentlemen. We did have a rather large oil down. Sad to say. We're just making the comment that even over 4 days of the Winter National, I think we had less time down for incidents than today. But you know what? That is how drag racing is sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. So we do apologise. It is the way it is. But look, go Reynolds. Yay. He jinks, he swerves, he scores. The Broncos have made it. They finished 10th at the end of the year. Oh, we're out. In case you're wondering, Wade's trying to get tickets to the Origin with Triple M, so he's got the big head. Not Wade's big head, just the Reynolds big head anyway. So we're going to get underway very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. The shop will be closing, I do believe, at 4:30. So if they've already closed, you probably missed out on a Dagwood dog. Or if not, maybe get yourself some chips if they're still open. But yes, it's been a little bit of a quiet day. So if you want to get yourself some food, I don't know if they're closed or not. I just can't see from where I am. But otherwise, big thanks to the overtaking lane for giving us our live vision of the tractor going up and down. That has been riveting. The tractor, really, it's been a great day for tractors. Probably feels like I'm at a diesel assault again. Maybe we should have a tractor run. Do a tractor pull. I don't know. Do something different. But it is a beautiful day. We are going to go into a cool evening, of course, ladies and gentlemen, with that breeze kicking around. I hope you've all bought a jumper in the car. If not, don't blame me that you go home with a chill. So a big shout out to the people over there on the grassy area. You're still here. Look at you guys. You are such loyal drag racing fans. I'm proud of you. Kids, keep rolling down that hill. Live the dream. Live the dream. Guys in the grandstand, how are we? We all fine? Are we all well? You guys are good. Look at you guys. You're having a good time because you're thinking, at some point in time, we're going to see some fast stuff on the track again. I love your patience. You guys are beautifully patient. I love that. We are starting back up apparently, and I do believe we were just about to see the champion, that is Mr. Lucas Holtz in Modified. Dialing in at a 9:03. I think Lucas is on a bye, actually. So if he is, I tell you what, out of all the races who should get a bye, you know what? Lucas, seriously, how does he get a bye? Who did he pay? I want to know. The Holtzes, who have they paid to get that bloody bye? I want to know. How do you get the bye? But have a look. Lucas will try and cut a line here, and he'll try and go as close as he can to that 9:03. Super consistent racer is young Lucas. I say young because he's younger than me. Good bloke too. Really nice guy. You get to go and have a chance and have a look at the car. He's got a few different combinations which he raced. Used to race in Super Street as well, of course. Good bloke. You can see he's just dropped his visor down. The sun's not on the sun's not low at the moment, so let's see how he goes with this light. He'll be aiming to cut a 0 something, and he'll go as close as he can to that 9:03, or he might even actually give it a bit of a test and give it a nudge and see if he can go under it. There you go, 0:36 for Lucas. Car heads down, straight down, goes through for a 9:11 on a 9:03. So he got off it a little bit as well. 147 mile an hour. Nice one there for Lucas Holtz. Well done, Lucas. You good man. So we move into, what have we got? Looks like Mr. Schluter there. We might be into testing, are we? I'm not too sure. So as I said, test vehicles, you should be in the lanes. Just waiting for our screen to update, but that is Mr. Jai Schluter there. I think they might have to reboot the screen. It's probably sat and gone to sleep after. So just to let everyone know before when, before when Brianna was in the Hornet, the car did it did seem like it did lock up over the line, and it did pop the 2 front tyres, and the car went. It locked up at the front, of course, and she was pretty well a passenger. But she is fine. The that is fine. It's got 2 pop front tyres. It's out the back here, and she'll be back for another day. So I would have probably hoped that she would have got a couple of front runners on there, and she'd won the first round. But you know what, best to err on the safety to make sure the car's okay, get it back, check the front brakes, and then bring it back to the next round. So round 2 in QDRC, of course, not round 2 at today's meeting. So Wade, how's the head going down there, mate? How's Reynolds' head? Look at him. He's fast. He jinks, he swerves. You're going to take out a cone or a timing block. I can never remember which track I'm at. You want me to get a photo of you down there, mate? Look. Where's Dave Reed when you need him? He's the guy with the... Oh, that is awesome. Look at you. Yeah, I got the shot, mate. It's all good. Yeah, we've had... How are you, buddy? Down there with his earmuffs on. How are you, mate? You liking the drags today? Sorry, we had a little bit of a break there, mate. We'll be getting back into it in a minute. Some of the test cars we've got today are pretty sharp as well. We've got Schluter, Sankey, Tar, Sugars, Pimble. We've got some cool cars in the mix. So we'll see be coming through very shortly. I'm not too sure who's coming up next. Oh, we've got Sankey there in the altered. So that means we are into, well, look, it must be competition. We are in a SuperComp. So SuperComp, cross of Super Sedan and Competition Eliminator. So we get all manner of cars, and they all run off a record that is that their vehicle is set to. So Chris Sankey is running off the CAA, which is a 835. Now Sankey has run 800. So when they go into, might have the buy, but when they go into racing, he will try and go well and truly under that to beat the person in the next lane who will be off a different record. So it's always interesting. So we'll get to see what Chris can do off the off that 835. But I can tell you now, we know that he can give that a serious demolish, as he's running 800 already. Whoa, we won't do it in this run though. Ton of wheel spin out of the mobile car. Really just blazed the tyres off the line there. Probably a bit of shade on there. Might be a little bit cooler on that start line now. We haven't had any racing for half an hour or more. So as I said, the tractors had more runs in the last half hour than any of the cars or bikes. So we wait for our next up. Shout out to Blaze. How are you, my man? Working hard out there, just seeing how much sticks on the track. So it'll be Rahim Tar. Running off a MSA, which has a record of 992. And Rahim has gone 9.554. So he's gone 0.366 of a second under it. So you make of that what you will, but that is a car that seriously has given that AMSA record a serious punch in the face. So well done to him. Let's see what he can do this time. As I said, not necessarily, you don't want to necessarily do it now. You want to keep it in your back pocket for when you get to a final, or get if you're going to get knocked out, you want to you want to hold on to that. Especially that 3/10. If you're racing 3/10 under, you want to hold on to that, baby. Let's have a look what he can run off that 992. Rahim, let's see what he can do. What does he want to do with it? Oh, big wheels up affair. 005 too, that's a ripper light. Oh, there it is, there's the back off. I'll tell you what, he was at 5.1 to the 8 at 112, 9.77, so he's still gone under it, but only, not too much this time, but he was still at 112 mile an hour at the 8th and washed it out with about 123 miles an hour at the end of the quarter mile. So well done, Rahim, and a 005 light. I tell you what, that's not even mucking about. That is that's a serious light. Car is a serious bit of gear. So here we got Jai Schluter. He's running in E-Gas and running off a 9.37 in the Cavalier. But we know that Jai has gone 7.03 under. So we're talking almost 3/4 of a second under. Well, he won't be doing it this time. The car has crept forward and just gone. He's taken the light and says, "No, that'll do." I think he's just gonna say, "I'll take the light." That'll do, I think, maybe, or maybe he wants to do another skid. I don't know. Nope. Take the light. Put the car back. Got the win. No need to do anything when you're that far under that 9.37. I can tell you that right now. You may as well save every bit of time and energy on that vehicle. So we've seen Sankey, we've seen Schluter, we've seen Tar come through. So maybe we've had a couple of casualties, I'm not too sure. But we are in SuperComp round 1. Yes, round 1. So best of course, best of 3. Then we have the finals. So whoever can take out 3 from 3, they're pretty well guaranteed of a spot in the final in all these categories. So we've still got Modified Bike, Super Street and Top Sportsman to come for the rest of round 1 will only be Modified Bike still to come. Then we go into round 2. So theoretically, if we don't get any other hold-ups, we should get through this pretty quick, says the man who's holding on to hope. But it will be getting cooler. So it will be Ian Pimble and Mark Sugars. We do get to see a heads-up race. So Sugars running on the DMPA record of 9.12, and he has run a best off today of 9.8, and Pimble off the AGA record, A-Gas automatic, so it'll be an 8.12. He has run a best of he's a little bit off it, so 9.1. So this will be tough. Both of these races will be hoping to go as close as they possibly can to those two records. I am not too sure what the hold up is, folks. I will. Maybe they're looking at the sun. There it is. So we could be, unbelievably, sometimes this is just the way that the cookie crumbles. Sometimes when the sun falls onto that track, it can be fairly blinding, especially with the new surface, because the new surface is pretty. It's fast. We all know that. I think we had about 16 or 18 records for something around that over the Winter Nationals. So the track is flat and fast. Big credit to Justin Simpson for making that happen too. That was impressive. But when we have a look at the track, it might be just enough there. They might just hold it up a minute. So we might have a quick break. So I'll let you stop hearing my my voice for a bit, and we'll go for a quick break, and you guys can just have a quick breather, and we'll be back in a moment.
As the sun sets over the western bank here at Willowbank Raceway, we resume round number 1 of SuperComp, Terry.
This is round 1. Mark Sugars, Ian Pimble. Off the 812 is Pimble, the 912 of Sugars, who was going to go close enough to the records that they have set in their categories. Let's have a little look. Couple of tough forwards, both in the full stage. Let's see. Oh, red light there for Sugars. Red light there for Pimble as well, but he'll get the advantage of not being the second red light. Let's see how quick he goes. A 911 off that 812, so a second off. A 987 on a 912 is good for Sugars. He's on the money. Pity about the red light though.
Yeah, but wheels up a fair though. If you can't win, be spectacular.
That was definitely what happened there. So that will, I'm not too sure, but that might have brought to the end of our, maybe to the end of our SuperComp. I'm not too sure, because it does look like we should be moving into modified bike. So the test vehicles to the lanes, Top Sportsman. And of course the test vehicles. So Super Street, Top Sportsman and testing to the lanes, please, because we are just about to get into our round 1 of modified bike, which will be Chris Collin and Jason Clarkin for their first round. It's 9.25 for Clarkin on the Hayabusa. Chris Collin on the other Hayabusa with a 7.85 dial in for Chris. So he'll have a bit of a chase. Clarkin will head off on that bike, which is not slow either, with a 9.25.
It's not slow at all.
No, not at all. Jason gets out with a 3.32, a 1.05 for Collin. Chris should be able to sail past Jason. He cut a terrible line. I don't know how that happened, but an 8.05 on that 7.85 is safe for the win. And Jason Clarkin, a 9.49 and a 9.25, but a 3.32. Jason.
Jason. You can't do that. You can't give Chris Collin that much of a head
start. No.
If he's not in performance bike, he definitely can't in modified bike.
Chris will get a tick against his name in the first round. So Braden Charters, Alex Redmond. Junior bike to the lanes, Junior Dragster to the lanes. Well, Braden cuts a 0.84. He gets out well on a 10.43. Let's see if he can make the most of it, unless he goes too quick. He most certainly does. 10.42 on a 10.43 is too fast for Charters. And Alex Redmond plays the safe game and goes 9.71 on a 9.60 with an absolutely blazing 4.32 light, but he got the win. Well done, Alex.
Clutched the win back.
He did. So Bobby Schluter, Alan Annis Jr., 8.59 for Alan, 10.96 for Bobby. Bobby to lead first, Alan to chase. Got a bit of a chase too. Oh, Bobby got a good light at 106. Oh, red light for Alan Ennis. I've got to chase her down, but it's not going to be enough. Bobby will go. Let's see how close Bobby goes. Bobby goes under her dial in as well with a 10.88. And Alan Ennis, an 860 on an 859 is a good package, but the 003 red will hurt.
It will indeed. Yeah.
That's just red too. It's like, I know we can, that's just a loss, but it is. So Ryan Daru and Mark Gordon, 930 for Mark, a 965 for Ryan.
Mr. Personal Best himself.
Yeah, Missy, yeah.
Today.
Oh, he got out quick for the 186 and 132 for Gordon. There's nothing in it. I reckon Ryan's going too quick. Most certainly is a 962 on a 965. And Lucky, another one, plays the safe game, a 969 on a 930. Ryan Daru, that must be another PB then. But I tell you what, thank you for the loss and the PB. I don't know whether you wanted that or not, Ryan, but that's what you got.
It's almost which one would you prefer? Would you prefer? I'd probably prefer a race win over a personal best. You do a personal best anytime.
Oh, you can do a PB anytime. Oh, Rachel, the bike just crept forward, and Mr. Polywaffle will head down the track with an 882. Have a look at Alvizio, 073, 882 on an 882. Holy moly, Brian, that is impressive, dude. Wow. You know what? I don't even need to be racing anyone. I'm still going to dial right on. I'm going to run right on my dial in. I do not care. I do not care for who is next to me. So Eric Redmond and Tammy Goldthorpe, 879 for Goldthorpe and 994 for Redmond. So just over a second chase. So Eric will head off. Tammy will chase. Tell you what, that's impressive, Brian. He's brought some good fortune from the winters with him. And he's, so here we go. Let's see if Tammy can chase down Eric on that Suzuki. Oh, almost can feel the tension out there, right?
0.43, and here she comes on the Suzuki Powerhouse dyno tuning.
She'll be off the throttle.
Yeah, she's that safe as houses stereo, 926 on an 879. Problems for Eric in the other lane, goes an 1153, so well off the dial in. And Tammy, experienced racer, knew that once she got past Eric, could, dare I say it, lift.
Yeah.
Cruise through for a round.
So Rebecca Marsden and Jason White. Jason with a 1090 dial in, 964 for Rebecca. So Jason to lead first and Rebecca to chase. It's all a little bit tense out there. We've got the track clean, got some sticky stuff down, so they're launching pretty good.
Oh, red light for Jason White, so Rebecca Marsden.
Oh, and the bike didn't want to shift up through second there of Rebecca's either, Wade, so probably a lucky thing. That's a bit of good fortune.
Yeah, so it goes through that 1047 on 964. So as you said, Terry, problems there, and that's reflected in what the ET was, respective to the dial in. For Jason White, he goes through an 11.12. Of course, the race was over on the Christmas tree.
You know what? You make your own luck as you go through racing. So that means we are moving into our round 2 of Super Street. Craig Layton, Terry Glasby, 1171 for the 2 mile long fair lane, and the Statesman, which isn't too much far off it with Craig Statesman as well. So 1158, not much in the dial-ins either. So. You won't see much on the tree, but Craig will get have to do the chasing. Glasby will lead first.
Both luxury vehicles back in their time, Terry.
Both radio stations are probably stuck on 4BH. Bright and beautiful music, 4BH. Both got out quick. A 085 for Layton, 132 for Glasby. Side by side, but it looks like Craig might be playing the game. He could get there. And he has, well done. because it did look like Terry was going a little bit too quick, and he did. So an 11.60 on 11.58. Craig Layton, well done in the Statesman. Terry Glasby, 11.70, 11.71. It's too quick.
Yeah, it is indeed. So Jenny Ashen coming forward in the rocket lane at 11.09.
Oh.
Is it a bronze Commodore?
A Chevelle.
And,
the Chevelle's black with a vinyl roof, mate.
Vinyl roof of Darryl Angel.
It's a heads-up race pretty well in dialing.
Yeah, exactly. We saw quite a few of them in the first round racing too. So fantastic racing. So credit to Jenny Ashen, who again looks like got the
back out of it, Jen. Yep.
Nice work. An 11.14 and 11.09 is better than Darryl Angel's 11.33 and 11.08. And we'll take the win in round 2.
Well done to Jenny. Good work. So Nicole Goldie, Mark Rosso. Rosso with an 11.57. Nicole with an 11.56. Once again, how much is it in that dialing? You won't even see it anything on the tree. It'll just be like a heads-up race. This is like a fair dinkum. Drag them out, knock them up. This is a drag race between the two, the XE and the Camaro. Get on it. 196 for Rosso, 213 for Goldie. Oh, look at that, Wade. It does look like Rosso's out in front, but is he going too quick? Oh, he's on the brakes. And he will get the win, 11.65 and 11.57 for Mark Rosso. Well done. Nicole, a little bit off her dial-in with 11.71 and 11.56.
It's the slowest that car's run today, so unfortunately, obviously. Travis Greaves in the XD. Carrara. Wade Moran in the Mustang from Slacks Creek. Oh, that's a 001 red.
Is that the second red light? It may cut a red before as well, but that's a red light for Travis as well. But Travis gets the distinct advantage of leaving second to his red light. So a 10.61 on a 10.54 with a red is still a win. Here we go. Look, a 12-second Commodore that's just driven back down from Baval Shopping Centre. And up against, so Tanisha Marshall in the Holden, and the Murray Flay, of course, in the Commodore. That looks ever so sedate. I love that. All it needs is a louver in the rear window. Come on, Murray. 282 light for Murray, 356 for Tanisha. Tanisha's got some work. Murray's out in front. Murray might need to have, Tanisha's quick. Oh, she charged home with an 11.62 on an 11.60 and got the win over Murray. See, it's a lot to be said about having a set of louvers in the rear of the car.
It must have been all the power in the Commodore. Didn't like the colder air that's starting to come out.
Colin Marshall and Angela Holtz. Angela in the Monaro with a 10.90 to an 11.20 in the Charger. Hey, Charger used to be the call back in the 70s. Angela, 0.84, that's a good ride. I don't think she went through on the first round, but look, she's got that thing motoring now. And she will get the win. A 10.96 on a 10.90 is good for the win.
Yeah, have the anchors out early, so protects that dial. That's always the sign of an experienced racer, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah.
You can see them on the brakes. They know that they're well in front, and they can keep in the back pocket for later on.
Well, here we go, a couple of Street Series races. We have got Samantha back. The car wasn't happy in the earlier, but now it is back, which is good. 11.42 for Sam in the Commodore. Ray Ross in another Hey Charger. How many Chargers are here? It's not Mopar Saturday, but anyway. 10.05 for Ray. It'll be a wheels-up affair for Ray. Sam will head off. She will cut a light and give Ray... Gets out with a 0.83, a 1.38 for Ross, so Sam got the better of the tree. Will it be enough? The hard charging Chargers coming, the Commodore's scared. Is it going to happen? It most certainly will. 11.51 on 11.42. Well done, Sam Yulton. And a 10.09 on a 10.05 with a 1.38 to a 0. What's it, the margin of win?
Yeah.
Is 1,000, what is it?
100, what's that, three decimal places.
Yeah.
Can you work it out? I've forgotten me maths all of a sudden.
Ask Tiana. Matt Francis up against Troy Hutton, a 10.72 to a 10.62. Almost a heads up again. Oh, Troy, a red light. What were you thinking, my man?
It's 1,000 per second.
Mate, the shag and wagon is gone. the Tuner Racing panel van. 11.03 on a 10.62. Matt Francis, take a bow. Nice and easy, mate. Well done. Troy Hutton goes under his dial in, red lights, did everything.
It did everything except put the wind light on.
That's it, yeah. Threw the tape deck in, grabbed the Who tape deck and threw it in the back seat. So Wayne Nipperis and Beth Mansfield French. Beth with a 10.61 dial in the blue Ford. Wayne with a 10.48 in the custom built kitchens Camaro. Oh, Wayne gets out with a nice 0.41 there, Wayne.
Expect the second half he'll back off.
Watch it. Yeah, look at that. Mate, he backed off so much he could have taken the Junior Dragster exit. Seriously, Wayne. 10.92 on a 10.48. So he washed off half a second. Pretty well. Well done, Wayne.
So from one Mansfield French to another, it's Terry over in the wagon, the Falcon wagon, 11.18 the dial in, but again virtually going to be heads up. Bud Kelly, 11.22 the dial in. And it's Terry, but unfortunately it looks like for Bud, yeah, the HQ is backed off.
Yeah, just wasn't happy at about the 60. It sort of like didn't want to shift or something, and it's gone dead.
Terry goes, Rob Salt into the wound and go 11.20 and 11.18.
Nice, that was tidy too from Mansfield French. 11.20 on an 11.18 with a 1.47. Had it had a 0 in front of that light, that would have been very, very impressive. So, but Terry will hopefully carry that into the final round and give the others something to think about. So Carl grading. Now, we saw Carl before because the car pulled over to the side.
Yeah, it did.
So Sean Taskus in the Capri. So the 477 Garage and Tuning Capri up against the Divine Massage and Herbal Spa Fairmont.
Based just in Ipswich.
Yep, and so the Fairmont before, it kind of went off the boil a bit, and yeah, it's all fine now though.
It's always good though, Terry, when we, particularly on events like this where we do round robin in the Chicago shootout format, where if you lose the first round, you can come back and compete in the next round. It's always good though if a car has an issue in the first round, then we see them line up in the next round. Obviously, it means the problems were fixed and sorted.
Exactly. We always want it to be, you know, at the end of the day, we want everyone to be happy.
Running order.
Boom, boom. Well done. So Sean Taskus. I love it because Sean's in a, which is a rare beast. Well, not, you know, a left-hand drive Capri. Look at that. Once again, a couple of dial-ins pretty close there, Wade, with Taskus and grading. Watch the big purge of the nitrous there from Carl. Both of them are a little bit slow on the light, so a 2.09 for Taskus, but Sean is out of there. The car probably still wasn't that happy for Carl, but he's on the brakes, is Sean, and says, how does an 11.05 and a 10.79 is nice and easy for the win at 99 miles an hour. He was doing 98 miles an hour at half track, so it's like, really?
And I suppose, again, it goes to show the more experienced racers. Of course, Sean, formerly national champion.
Yes.
Does have a lot of pedigree in the Super Street category.
This will be tough. Darren Piddington versus Josh Fletcher. 10.98 for Piddington in the Capri. 10.67 for Fletcher in the Tirana. The Styrofan Tirana to do the chasing. And that's a hard task too because Piddington is no slouch on the lights. Let's see what Darren can cut. There it is, a 0.78 to the 0.41. Super Sedan to the lanes, please. Super Sedan. Fletcher out in front, but is it enough? Will Piddington be able to get him? No, he won't. Darren's gone too quick as well. So a 10.68 on a 10.67. Josh Fletcher.
Josh is in the zone.
He is in the zone.
He's in the zone. He's going to be tough to beat. It'll give him two wins and 2 rounds of racing, courtesy of the bye in round 1. But getting the bye in round number 2 will be John Riley down there. In the tough utes from Kalanga on the north side, 11.7.0 the dial in. He can go as hard as he likes. He can put the foot to the firewall.
The dog would fall off the back of that ute, though, I'm going to tell you, Johns. But look, at 0.86, so he cut a good light as well. He's not even going to test his dial in. Oh, yes, he did. Look, 11.71 and 11.70 with a 0.86. That'll win your races, John. Well done.
He was tuning in on 88 FM and he goes, I'll show Terry.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Terry, those commentators, they just blab on. What would they know?
They're yapping all day, all night.
That's it. I guess that's what we're supposed to do, I suppose. But, of course, Super Sedan, Junior Bike, Junior Dragster, testing. You should be in the lanes, please. Top Sportsman, round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that thing. Look at that thing in Neil Grayson's. How cool is it? 632 cubic inches of V8 in that Hilux ute. But not to be... I wouldn't say outdone, but Patrick Barron in the Beretta, 580 cubes. So you've got, what's that, nearly 1,400 cubes of V8 on the start line there. That's a whole lot of V8 there.
Yeah, Patrick Barron's going, I've got 500 cubes. I'm at the top end of the tree.
No.
Beaten by
Yeah,
a Hilux. By a Hilux is pumping out 600 plus.
An injected Hilux. So have a look. 870 for Barron, 806 for Grayson to do the chasing. Patrick will cut a light and give Neil a whole lot to think about right here. Got Bob on the side there. Oh, Patrick is 016. Neil, I'll tell you what, you've just handed that to Patrick. He didn't even have to try hard. This is how hard he didn't have to try. He went under his dial in, cut a 016, and that's how you win Patrick Barron, because Neil Grayson says, mate, I knew I had to cut a light, and I just couldn't do it this time against Barron. Brutal. That was brutal.
But that is, that's what Top Sportsman Racing can deliver. We said it's just a tough category to be in. And showing why today. Tony Wyatt's behind now performance of the Caliber in 827. He's pulled out 3 00 lights for attempts at the track today. So Carl Davies, over to you, my man, in the Monza. An 810 the dial in. You're going to have to cut a good light to be a chance against Tony Wyatt in the Rocket Lane. Davies, but a 0.39 for Tony White will give him the lead from the start line, and it will be enough. An 8.35 with a 1 on an 8.27. Tony White will take the lead with Carl Davies, an 8.19 on that 8.10. The light was good, but it wasn't good enough, Terry.
No, not this time. So Michael Schapper up against Dale O'Dwyer, 7.81 for Dwyer, 8.56 for Schapper in the 57 Chev Utility. Up against that slippery Firebird. So both guys packing around the same size V8, 540 cubes in the Chev. The Fireball, 555 cubes under that red little arrow. Look at it. It is shaped like a wedge, so it's slippery as anything, isn't it? It really is aerodynamically designed for racing. Whereas Mix, it's kind of like up front, built like a brick, but she's sleek out the back. Got a lot of downforce on that big wing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Car looks good. Both. That's a good shot.
The slightest body from shape on the 0.44 light will give him the advantage, but it won't be enough. A 7.85 for Dale O'Dwyer and a 7.81 will take the win. 8.63 with a 4 and an 8.56.
Danny Lake and Neil Maxwell. Maxwell packed some serious punch today, as he normally does. 7.18 with the Precise Automatics Pontiac, and the Pine Mountain Performance Cutlass with a 7.79. So Dan to head off, Neil to chase, and I can tell you something now. Neil always at the top end of the sportsman field. He is, if anybody knows how it is to chase someone, it's got to be Maxwell, because he is chasing pretty well every race. What's going to happen if somebody comes along with something quicker? Neil will go, what do you mean I'm going to chase him? It'll throw Neil's mental preparation out.
It'll be like Lucas Holtz in the yellow Alton.
Yeah, if he
has the same routine every time, and he can go and go and go.
I'm going to go put a 16-second altered in the field just to throw him out. And Luke will go, Terry, can you retire, please? Stop. Yeah. Have a look at this. Danny Lake waiting to bring that beautifully presented Cutlass forward, but have a look at the black Pontiac of Neil Maxwell. So he will do the chasing.
Maxwell, he's not mucking around. He's not.
Yep.
He's here for a short time, not a long time.
Oh, look at that! Red light for Maxwell. He'll probably test the dial in though. Have a look at this. Watch how quick it goes. 7:27 at 189. Danny Lake gets the win with a 0.25 light and a 7.77 on a 7.79. So Dan gave it a test.
Yeah, he did. He said Neil might give it a bit of a bump, but it was Danny. Danny that took the advantage, of course, having the win line.
He would have got to half track, well, probably just after the 60 and saw that win light come up, and he would have gone, oh yeah, I'll test this baby, I'll keep into it. So Steve Horvat in the Monaro up against Dave Goldie in the Cutlass. Get this, here's another couple of pairings that you want cubes. I've got some cubes for you. How about 571 cubes in that HQ and 632 cubes in that Cutlass? Now Dave Goldie, he's cut a 000 already, is that right?
Yeah, the only one for today so far, and his worst slot of the day, a 011.
That left me speechless. Where it, and as I said, Dave didn't even.
So what can he do here?
Didn't even mess his hair up with those lights.
Steve Horvat's going to be chased out by a second. 0.66.
Oh.
The opportunity for Steve Horvat. Can he make the most of the advantage on the tree? Dave Goldie's coming quick in the Cutlass, but it won't be enough. A 7.36 on a 7.33. Steve Horvat will take the win at 8.34 on an 8.30.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Dave Goldie, seriously. What was he thinking? Horvat saying, mate, I had an average winner nationals, but I'm not here to make friends and like bake cakes here today. I'm here to win. Well done, Steve. Paul Doblin, the Lockyer engine reconditions. BF Cobra, another one with the one of the big block brigade with a 572 cuber. Cut to 0.26. Had an awesome campaign for internationals, did Paul. Look at that, he gets off. Look, he's just have a little, like a 9.0.
Just gliding down.
Yeah, look at that. My life, it's at 119 mile an hour. Just
waving to his friends down there.
I don't need to even pull the parachute. I'm just going to, do the deed and just get down there. So well done, Paul. When you get that by, it's got to be good. And you know that, and Paul would know that he cut a good light.
Yeah.
And he'd be happy with that. He'd go, yeah, look, I've got the light. I'm good. Car is consistent. So that means we are going into some testing, Mr. Wade Benson.
Yeah, it does indeed. So we've got Tony Webb over there in the rocket lane, as we said earlier.
Oh, Webby.
He just wants to run an 8-second. He'll be happy with an 8-second pass. How many drag races would be happy just running a casual 8-second pass?
Come on, Webby. We're, you know what, seriously, you've got, I don't know, you've got quite a lot of people here at the track, and you've got a lot of people watching at home with their feet up. I mean, what's the time? Most people would be half cut by now if they're sitting at home and they started watching the QDRC. They'd be well and truly halfway through a bottle of scotch or something.
The Uber Eats order is on its way.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
2 pizzas and a garlic bread and a free pasta.
That's good. So, but Webby, he wants to go, look, Terry, wait, I don't care. Just get this car into the 8s. I love the way Tiana said, even if it's got a 9. What course? An 8-9. We don't care, Webby. Come on, mate.
Well, it started as a 3, remember? We started the day as it was good if it was a 3. But that was just Tiana's handwriting.
That was Tiana's handwriting. Oh, no. What happened there? He's double bulbed himself. What's happened there? Well, this is more drama than Days of Our Lives. I don't or Neighbours. I don't know what's going on here. Royce is walking up. He's having a stern talking to the tree. Yeah, mate. I don't know what you're doing there, but mate, play the game.
You really think that's how the conversation
I
went?
think Royce is going. He's telling the tree, Webby wants to run an 8. Can you please make it happen for him? You got the people across the world waiting. Oh, it's too cold.
It's living life.
You know
in
what?
The second region at the moment.
Well, here we go. Here's Disco Dean in the mighty Escort panel van. Back in the day when I was a young fella, I had a couple of mates who had Escort panel vans. One of them actually made a couple of van wheels and actually used to clean up at all the shows in Brisbane. Mate, how many do you see these days? When was the last time you saw a Escort panel van on the road?
Yeah, so having spent Easter at Standorf and going to the panel van nationals, I've got to see 200. King of Beauty.
But they wouldn't have all been Escorts.
They definitely weren't as quick as Disco Dean's there. A 5:49 to the 8th mile. Probably the number they're looking at there, of course, running a lot of
they
radials or the no prep events.
At nearly 130 mile an hour to the half track too for Dean.
The thing that really caught my attention at the panel van nationals.
I can't believe you went to the panel.
By accident, mind you. By accident.
Wade Benson at the panel van national.
If anyone is interested, they run the Queensland chapter in the October long weekends, and they run the Harvey Bay Queensland Panel Van Association. So, but where I was going with that is they actually had a Gemini panel van, and that was impressive.
Really?
That was impressive.
That's good. Well, it's not as impressive as what we've got here. We've got the Rotor and we've got the Celica. I do believe I got sent a message. I think the Celica actually has a Honda engine. If I don't stand correct, I think somebody sent me some messages and told me that.
Celica, the Prime Grey, run a 777.
Oh, have a look at Herbert. Hang on. Gets out. This is like Jamboree. He's got it a little bit wide, but he's pulled it into the centre lane. Nice work there. The Celica goes through for a 782. The Rotary goes through for a 799 for Herbert. That was a good race, folks, for a test pairing. How good was that? Get yourself to Jamboree, ladies and gentlemen.
24th to the 25th of August, so it's only about 6 weeks away.
Wow. So modified Super Sedan and modified bike to the lanes, please. Modified Super Sedan and modified bike to the lanes, please. That was a cracker race, and it wasn't even a race; it was just a test pairing. Well, yeah, it wasn't, mate. That was a classic giddy up. Seriously. Saddle up a pound of ponies, baby, baby, baby. How good was that? Now, am I right? Is this Mr. Farnell?
It is indeed. So, I think I heard you guys say before, a 7:39 at 160 miles per hour.
We talked about what category, what Pete will be running in. So not too sure whether Pete will be running in competition bike or whether he'll be running an extreme bike. So I'm not too sure. I'm sure that Blaze will be able to tell us, or one of the riders will be able to give us a little bit of sneaky info. Where's Disco Dean? We got the lights fading in and out up here. Have a look at what Farnell can run. 7:39 at 172. So this bike has got some seriously mojo. Let's have a little look. Got out all right too. It's not backing out of it. 7:27 at 195 mile an hour on that bike, Pete Farnell. That is impressive.
Austin Powers just called. He wants his mojo back, Terry.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Farnell stole me mojo. That was good. Nice work. I just had a message from one of the riders, from Simon Stevens, and he said no one would be drinking and eating pizza. I can guarantee that's exactly what he's doing at home right now. We know that. If somebody texts me and says nobody would be doing that, means they are half cut.
Terry's onto us, guys.
Where's his camera?
Send a diversion.
Yeah. How good is it? I'll tell you what, though, the amount of times I've sat at home, and I've got, as I said, big thank you to Overtaking Lane for doing the live stream. It is a lot of fun. We do have a lot of jokes and laughs because we are at a QDRC. It's our local event. And if you're not enjoying it, I really don't care if you are or not. If you don't care about commentary or not, to be honest, I'm not one that's fussed. But it's a lot of fun we're having here, and it's pretty good. But always funny when Diggles, and you know this, when he's calling, I always text him a couple of things. And it's good because if you've got a good pool of people, they'll text you and tell you a little bit of information if you don't know it. Because we most certainly don't know everything, and we most certainly know hardly anything. Would that be...
That's in layman's terms a good way to put it. Yeah.
People are underwhelmed with our intelligence.
I mean, you could know a lot about 10 drivers, or you could know bits and pieces of 350. It depends which way you want to look at it.
You and I have discussed this. And, are you, Mark, and I? Have a look at this little altar. Have a look at this thing. You'll build it up. That's Zane, isn't it? Zane. Yep, it is Zane. So have a look. If you're trying to get this thing down, bring it up on boost about now. Watch for the top end. Oh no, he's not going to run it through. It might have been, because I was thinking it might have been probably around 150 at that top end if he had kept that into it. But 14 at 58 mile an hour, but half track at 7 and 7 with a 95. So that, I think that that little beast, that little altar's got some serious potential. I can't wait to see it hit the track at full steam ahead.
Yeah, and that's what these sessions all about is. It gives guys a chance to come on and test on a prep track that we have for the QDRC. So you never know what's going to turn up. I'm sure that coming out next QDRC round 2 of August, I'm sure Ken will have a Jamboree
Plethora. Well done. He just dropped that plethora like it was, you know, just there. So here we go. You want to see quick? You want to see something cool? How about an 8-second cool Fiat Topolino? As I said, this is straight out of the book, straight out. It feels like I'm at Surfers Paradise, and it's 1968, and I was only 6.
It's only yesterday.
It only seems like yesterday. So Jared in that little green machine.
Always good to see the car out on track. It's been at a number of 8-mile days here.
Yeah. Truly nostalgic looking, isn't it, with the
Actually, and I'm sure
the style?
We will see a nostalgia day here in August, which is the week following our next QDRC event. So 10th of August, we'll have Willowbank the Nostalgia Day. Check out the calendar on the Willowbank website. It's a packed calendar, the back end of 2024.
Most certainly is, with the track being offline for so long, but now we are on it. Watch for Wilkie, a 103 light. Don't worry about the light. Let's see what... No, he wasn't happy with it. Did run, as I said, around an 8.4 at 148 earlier. But the car was definitely not happy on that run. But that's okay that it's not, because it is testing, and that is what it's all about. Probably trying a few different things. And you don't have to worry about the stress of racing someone. I think that means we might be moving into to JD's, I do believe. That's with our testing we have. So that'll be Junior Dragster round 2. So I'm going to be joined on the microphone with the fabulous Tiana Littlewood. The now 21. Now 21. Now like the ultimate professional commentator. Now that she's older. I'm just waiting for you to comment, because I'm thinking there is no professionalism in this commentary box at all. And I tell you what, please feel free if you're sitting.
Yourself, but yeah, okay.
You know why they call Wade? Well, not Mark, because Mark's called Top Gear. I've called Top Gear back in the old days, but the only reason they call us up is because there's no one else to call. Exactly, but they just don't know. I mean, for the Winter Nationals, that's the only reason we get called up. They go, who can we get? Oh, you know what? They ring about a dozen people, and they get to our number, and they go, we're going to have to get these gooses in.
See, I get rung up, and then I go, sorry, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm a bracket marshal.
Now, this is round 2. Neve McDougall, Kyle Day. We've got an A and a B, 870 for McDougall, 840 for Kyle Day. How did they go in the first round, T? Did you get, how did these two go? Did you catch it?
So Nevaeh took a win and Kyle Day didn't.
Oh, so Kyle needs a win. McDougall needs to get another win to 2 from 2 is a good way to go into that final round. You're giving yourself the ultimate opportunity of punching on into the final. So all eyes will be on McDougall. Will Nevaeh make it 2 from 2? Kyle says, I'm going to try and upset the apple cart here. Cuts a 0.99 does Day, a 1.33 does McDougall. Oh, and the win will go to McDougall with an 8.74 and an 8.70 is good for the win. An 8.50 and an 8.40. A little bit off the dial in, not much, but the win will go to McDougall. So that will be 2 from 2 for McDougall. Well done. So Chase Carslakes and Max Rowling. 8.05 for Max, 8.28 for Chase.
So Chase doesn't and Max does. And Max had a win.
Max had a win, Chase did. So Chase. And ironically, Chase is not doing the chase. Chase is doing the lead. Max is doing the chase. That sounds like a who's on third, what's on second. So Chase is doing the lead and Max is doing the chase. He's going to use max power. Here it comes. And it's 0.87 for Carslake, a 0.57 for Rowling. As they head through, it looks like Rowling's out in front, but is it enough? It most certainly is. Rowling at 8.13 on an 8.05, so there's that 2 from 2 there, T.
Yes.
And an 8.400 and an 8.28 for Chase. But still, a 0.87 is a good line. So Charlie Usher, Paige King. So Charlie with an 8.33 to Paige King with an 8.68. So Charlie to Chase. Paige to lead. Any intel, T? Who went? Anybody?
Charlie took a win. Paige did.
Okay. So Usher and the MRE Electrical looking to go 2 from 2. Paige looking to go 1 from 2 in the Todd's Fiberglass Repairs B Junior. 0.36 light for King T. That was a better light, but a 0.9 for Usher. He's out in front, but here comes the hard charge. And nope. I'll tell you what, there you go. You had the opportunity. Charlie will not get the win, and Paige, an 8.73 on an 8.68 is good for the win. And 1 from 2, and both of them are 1 from 2. Jacob Schultz and Tamika Carslake. An 8.54 for Jacob, an 8.56 for Tamika. So pretty well a heads-up race here in Junior, the 2B Juniors.
Yeah, Jacob took a win in the last one and Tamika didn't. So we've got a lot of, are we going to get 2 out of 2 or are we going to get 2 ones?
Exactly. It'll go. It's going to get a little bit tense out there, isn't it, as we get into the next one, because when you get all these races who've got 2 from 2, they put them up against each other usually, so that.
Well, these guys already know who's going to versus each other.
Right. Is it seeded?
In Chicago Shootout, you know exactly who you're going to race every single round.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good. So a 200 for Schultz, a 109 for Carslake. Tamika got the better of the tree, but hasn't made the most of it. Jacob will with an 8.58 on an 8.54, and Schultz will get the win over Tamika Carslake.
Yeah, so that means Jacob will be on 2 from 2.
That's a good way going into that final round. Cody Sedmak up against Alex Kidd. Alex with an 8.21 in the A. The B Junior of Sedmak with a 9.15 will be chased down. That is something I didn't see in Modified. I did not see. Is Kelly Kidd racing today?
She doesn't race Modified anymore, right?
Oh, she races Comp.
Yep, so Twin
because
turbo
of
was
the
last one in the modified.
yeah. So once they put the two turbos on it, the car is a lot quicker.
Yep.
So they thought, well, let's just run it in comp. There we go. A 0.79 for Seth Mack, a 0.69 for Alex, and oh look, Cody's car has said no. So long as Alex doesn't go too quick, and does not, well done. An 8.49 and an 8.21 for Alex Kidd is good for the Bellett's Bobcat service for the win.
Yeah, that would give Alex 2 out of 2.
Well done to Alex.
We also just need to do a call for SuperComp. SuperComp we need you in the lanes. So SuperComp to the lanes, please.
Modified Super Sedan and Modified Bike, you should be already there. Tyler Billette and Carl Schultz, an 8.00 for Schultz and 8.23 for Tyler. So not much of a chase for the two A's. So Schultz to do the chasing. A Civil SCG car. TBRE Performance. A Junior of Tyler Billette. Tyler Billette. Let's see how Tyler goes. Cuddle light. Carl, seasoned racer as an A Junior. Going to be hard to beat. Tyler says, no, I'm going to have a red-hot crack.
Yeah, both these juniors got to win in the first round, so...
Oh, tears and tantrums. Or not.
Was it toddlers and tiaras?
Something, yeah, that's it. Toddlers and tiaras, that was it. Oh, both cut awesome lines. 0.35 for Tyler, 0.29 for Carl. Side by side as they go through. The win will go to Carl with an 8.03 on an 8.00. An 8.30 and an 8.23. They're still close, but Schultz will get the win. That's 2 from 2 for Carl, the Ginger Ninja. James Loday, Amelia Wright, the Illicit Auto, A Junior of Amelia. James Loday with an 8.41 in the Westside Collision Centre, A Junior. Modified to the lanes, please. Modified to the lanes, please. Seriously, how trick is Amelia's LEDs? Look at that underneath. It is. It's like pretty impressive. So Amelia will do the chasing. James will head off.
Sorry, neither of these two won round one, so we'll see if we can get their first win of the day or night.
Oh, well, it won't be Amelia. She's red lit, sadly. But a 0.87 for James Loday. See how close James goes under his dial in, mind you. An 8.39 on an 8.41. That was tough.
Oh, yeah.
So I suppose James gave his dial in a little bit of a check, and that's the way it works.
Okay, Nixie Canuli in the speedway lane got an 8.05. Neil Ball in the rocket lane got an 8.23. So Neil didn't get a win in round one, but Nixon did.
So that means
whether we'll get a first win or a second win.
second win. If you get that second win, that wasn't even a just red. That was a big red, a 1, 2, 3 red. A 0.34 for Canuli, though, was a good light, and an 8.10 on an 8.05 is good. So Dakota Bray, Tiana Canuli, an 8.48 for Tiana, 7.95 for Dakota. So half a second chase. So the A Civil to lead first. Smith Transport, juniors her. Waiting, what's going on here? Oh, here it comes. Dakota is the same sort of aggressive as like Liesl used to do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They both do a lot of stomping to get there. It's pretty impressive. Just like the aggressive driving, which is good. I love that.
Terry.
So Tiana cuts a red, but Dakota says 0.56. That's a good light. And Dakota Bray will go through from 8.04 and a 7.95 for its 8th win after Tiana cut a red light, sadly.
You know, even still commentating, it trips me up when someone says Tiana. You're like, Tiana cut a red. I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah. So Terry, before Wade was talking about leopard stripes, because we were talking about Dakota having, I said Dakota had like a print on her wing.
Yeah.
And Wade was like, oh yeah, the leopard stripes. I'm like,
well, leopard
stripes.
Yeah, it's a new, yeah. That's right. Here we are in Milan. Leopard stripe is going to be the latest thing. Page King, a 901. You like that?
Page King. That is Vance Carano.
No, it says right there. It's
That
Page.
is
It
Vance
says
Carano.
hang on. No, it says right there on our screen.
That is Vance Carano on track, Terry. Page King has a red card.
It says on our screen.
That is Vance.
So Vans gets what? We'll get what? One from two.
That will be 2 from 2.
Oh, 2 from 2. Ooh, nice. Well done, Vans. So that means theoretically we should be moving into a junior drag bike.
Yeah, so we'll just have Hannah, she's doing her license this weekend. We didn't have Jet Carano come out that round. That might have been what the Vans got by.
Maybe some of them have dropped. We've got 21 in the field. We're supposed to be 23, I think you said.
Jasmine didn't come out, she did 1200 being come out for the rounds,
Okay.
and Jet didn't come out that round.
So this is a licensing run test?
Yeah. And Fletcher didn't come out.
How nervous would it be to be out there in that little junior under these beautiful lights on this beautiful flat track?
These lights were perfect.
There you go. Cut to 0.29, good light. Goes through at full speed for an 887 at 77.5 miles an hour. That sounds like a junior drag bike doing a skid.
Yes, it is.
How weird is it not having Bobby here?
2 siblings. Well, Bobby is here. She's just in a different
No,
bracket.
just not on 2 wheels.
She is on 2 wheels.
Oh, she's on, but not on 2 slow wheels. Xavier Mansfield French and Scarlett Mansfield French. Oh, this is going to be a who's going to be sitting in the front on the way home, or who's going to sit in the back on the way home. So, oh well, I think it's all over because Xavier's gone. I'm out of here with a 178.
Well, Scarlett had a double O light before, so.
Well, Scarlett had a snooze then. So an 885 on an 885 and a 1229 for Scarlett. And yeah, Xavier will get the bragging rights over Scarlett for this round.
Because these guys are just testing.
That's
so.
all they're doing tonight because we didn't have a big field. We had a big field of junior drag bikes for the Winter Nationals though. That was awesome.
Yeah. But you know, we don't this one, so they're just testing. And yeah, Scarlett's got the bragging rights on the lights at the moment with her double O light.
Doesn't matter. The 2 wins. That's what.
Well, they don't have a win because they don't actually come up with a win or.
We know who won. You know what? If you want to know who won, ask the racer. They'll tell you. So Rudy Wyatt, we are back into Super Sedan. Nathan Peters in the mighty Valiant, the real Dyno Performance Valiant, with a 939 to Rudy Wyatt, the Pine Mountain Performance VS Commodore with a 947. So not much in the dial-ins. Take any of the wins down with these guys?
Yes, I did.
You did? I think Nathan
For
lost.
everyone except for Super.
Nathan didn't win the first round, did he? I don't think so.
No, he didn't, but
No.
Rudy did.
But Rudy did. So Nathan's got a chance to give Rudy a bit of a... let's see if how this pans out. So SuperComp to the lanes, please. SuperComp to the lanes. Modified bike, modified bike. This is your third call. Super Sedan, you should be there because you're in the lanes right now. And Modified, you are on your way. So Peter's in the awesome looking Valiant and Wyatt in that VS Commodore. I'll tell you what, that Commodore couldn't get much lower to the ground. It's pretty low slung, pretty impressive. So we are in round 2 of Super Sedan. How good's that purple Valiant, T?
It's nice. Mum will be like, draw.
Nathan, nice bloke. He's got a ponytail, tiny little plaited ponytail, and his daughter does. Oh, Nathan rolled through the beam, sadly. Rudy won't care. Rudy says, look, I'm just going to power this Commodore down, and I'm going to run a 954 on a 947 with a red. But Nathan, because he rolled through the beams, he got the first red light.
Yes, he did.
Even though he was due to leave second. That is disappointing for the mighty Purple Valley. Well, we've still got another round to go anyway, so we can at least try and redeem himself and get a win in the last round. I hope so. Nathan, nice guy. So Damien Morris, Mitchell Bauer. Bauer with a 923 to a 986 of Damien Morris. Damo getting the privilege of being the first car down the new track.
Yes, he was.
He was nervous too. He said, all the years of racing, I've never been that nervous. Doesn't seem nervous tonight, does he? How'd he go? How did he go in the first round, T?
Mitchell took the win and so did Damien.
Oh.
So they're fighting for number 2.
Well, that's a couple of very tough local competitors too. So Bauer and Morris. I can almost feel the tension from up here in the box. So Mitchell to chase. Damien gets out with a 0.15. Bauer a 0.37. That is a couple of ripper lights. Morris out in front. Will Damien get off it? He most certainly will. A 988 on a 986 is good for the win. 926 on a 923 is good. But Damien Morris will get the win. That was a good race.
Oh, yeah.
Side by side. That was anyone's game. Well, here we go. We talked about it before. They just lining up all the Tiranas and the white cars. So Brendan Shaw and Rob Price. Pricey in the Pine Mountain Performance LH. The Downs Automotive Service Tirana of Brendan Shaw. 930 to a 938 of Rob Price. Nothing. Almost a heads-up race again. This is like a fair dinkum drag race. Top Sportsman, QDRC SuperComp. SuperComp to the lanes and Top Sportsman, please. Modified bike, you should be there. It looks like beanie weather out there, T.
It is pretty chilly once that sun went down.
If you love your Tiranas, this is the way it works. Well, they both got out all right. A 135 for Shaw, a 122 for Price. Price looks like he's out in front, but there's nothing in it. Side by side. The win will go to Rob Price with a 940 on a 938. Brendan with a 934 and a 930. Tell you what, that was tough. That was a tough race. There was nothing in that, Tiana.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, from one Downs Automotive Tirana to another. And, Hamish Strachan with the NBH Electrical Commodore. So a 10-12 for Clark in the Tirana, a 966 for the Commodore of Hamish. That's all business, that Commodore, isn't it? It looks angry.
The numbers
That
are
is an
tripping
angry.
me out.
the
nose
oh,
on
the
side.
728.7.
It's
That
true.
is just an aggressive looking Commodore. It's good. Those big Hoosiers look impressive on it. So he will chase down Gary Clark. So Clarkie to lead first. He gets out all right with a 0.90, 107 track. Nothing much in it. Commodore need to reel that Tirana in. I don't know if he can. Nope, not tonight. 10.14 on a 10.12 and a 9.82 on a 9.66 is a little bit off the dial in. Gary Clark will take the win fairly easily. Thought the Commodore might have been able to get a bit of a top end there, and but just didn't have enough to reel that little Tirana in. Gary Clark won't have it. We are moving into Knijff Earthmoving Modified. Brett Farnell and Andrew Pinkstone. 7.47 for Pinkstone in the Pinky's Toy, and 8.16 for Farnell in that T-Bray Racing. Awesome little silver front engine dragster. So Pinkstone to do the chasing. Bit of a chase too, and Brett won't mind.
Yeah, well, Brett will be hoping to get his first win this one. Pinkstone took a win in the last one.
So we could end up with 1 from 2 for both of these races, or a none from 2, or a 2 from 2. Pinkstone, tough customer. Did make the final at the Winter Nationals. Andrew, both through just waiting for Andrew. Full stage. Farnell gets out with a 0.33. Pinkstone a red light. So that's exactly what's going to happen. It'll be 1 from 2 for both of those races. Brett Farnell goes through with an 8.20 and 8.16 with a nice 0.33. Andrew Pinkstone knew he had to chase hard, cuts a red light, runs a 7.95 and a 7.47 because he knew he would have seen that red light come up for Farnell.
Okay, Chris Reed done at an 8.37 and Peter Azalea in Rocket Lane done at an 8.59. So Azalea didn't get a win.
How did Chris Reed go?
Chris didn't either.
No, so both of these races looking to... so the Roadster up against the T-Bucket, all the way from Churchable. So Peter Ilsley, 8.59. Blue T-Bucket, Chris Reed in the Roadster, an 8.37, so he will do the chasing, but not by much. Both got around, look at 0.20 for Ilsley, that's a wide. That's going to be hard to beat. Chris Reed's going to need to do some hard work. And not enough, an 8.63 and an 8.59 with a 0.20 is a good win there for Ilsley. Chris Reed, 8.56 on an 8.37. And unbelievably, a 105 wide was not on the money today. That round anyway.
Lucas Holtz in the three-player lane done at a 9.03. Benita Marching in the Rocket Lane done at a 7.56.
That's a bit of a chase, so Tiana. That's a 2.5 chase. That Lucas Holtz in the Mad Dog Motorsport Altered. He will be able to just go, okay,
Cool.
I'm heading out. And Marchant is going to be coming on hard and fast in that white rear engine dragster with a 7.56 in the TaylorMade fencing dragster. He'll be coming in hot and fast, and Lucas won't care. He'll say...
No, I've talked to Lucas so many times, and because he knows he's one of the slowest cars in the field, he runs it as if he's running a solo.
Yeah.
And because everyone always has like the long burnouts and everything, and he doesn't have to, so he can still take his time as if he was on a bike.
That's exactly it. SuperComp to the lanes. Top Sportsman to the lanes. Marchant is in. Holtz is in. Oh, Holtz is there. Oh, no. Red light there from Marchant. Lucas will not care. A 0.62. He'll watch the drags to come past, but he will see that big, beautiful yellow wind light as he headed off. So a 909 on a 903 with a 062 for Lucas. A big 399 red light from Bonita, but an 844 on a 756 at 170 mile an hour, mind you, for Marchant. But yeah, the car just tripped the beams and it wasn't pretty. But when we do talk pretty, the Bantam alternate of John Munro with an 809 dial from Banksia Beach up at obviously up at Bribey. John Munro, that's a cool looking car with those injection stacks sticking out. Phil Bellett won't mind. He says, oh mate, Terry, I don't care about the injection stacks. I'm here to win. 770 for Phil to an 809 of Munro.
The engine just looks so clean and pretty.
It does, doesn't it?
Like, it looks like it's just come fresh out of the factory. I wonder if he polishes it between each round.
It does look sharp, doesn't it? That thing is got a bit of poke about it too. An 809 for a little Bantam. But Phil chasing him down. Cuts at 226. 025 for Phil. Oh, that's going to be hard to beat. Phil, that is hard to beat. And it goes to show it was 787 on a 770 with a 025 light. Phil Bellett will get the win over John Munro with an 811 and an 809, but with a 226 light. Ouch.
Pretty engine can't help you when you can't cut a light.
I still like it. I still like the Bantam. I think it's a cool looking car.
You can have all the pretty engines you want, but you can't cut a light.
Oh, you're brutal. Oh, usually they say I'm brutal. They say, mate, geez,
it's
you're a bit harsh with your commentary. But here we go. Nick Galea in the advanced sheet metal dragster. 867.
They will be getting a ride due to Rodney not being able to come back around. After going for a bit of a trip.
I wonder what whether Nick will whether he'll test his dial in.
I reckon.
Might try and go sneaky under it.
They did pretty well at Wisconsin. He got for a couple of rounds.
Yeah. Oh, look at that light, though. It's 012 on a line. Wow, that's a cracker light. Look at that. That's good. Sounds strong. 868 on an 867 with a 012 light. That is good work. That is impressive.
Yeah.
That would have won you. That would have won you most races.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't need to, but he did. He just says, "There you go. I'll just pull that one out of the wallet."
It's very
there it is.
rare you see a modified.
There's my Joker card. So it looks like we are moving into modified bike, Tiana. So Jason White and Alan Annis Jr. 858 for Al, a 1095 for Jason. We are in modified bike. Got a good field of bikes. I think we've got probably about 14 in the field. This is round 2. Where we start to sort them. Alan Annis, he'll be looking for a win. I know he didn't get one in the first round, I'm pretty sure.
Neither of these two did.
No. Oh, look at that. Jason White's just rolled the beams. Alan Annis has been given like a little gift card from Maya and says, there you go, mate. You can have that, and that's what you get. Goes through for an 862 and an 858, so the bike was solid as well. At 1123 and a 1095 with a red light, Jason. Ouch. Mate, come on. Jason Clark and get this, Bobby Schluter in modified bike. 1084 for Bobby, 934 for Clark and Jason on the full ball motorcycles, Hayabusa. The Shark Leathers Kawasaki of Schluter. Tell you what, Bobby's got a tough customer in Jason here. Cuts a 208. I don't think he can. Oh, 216 for Jason. Tell you what though, but what Jason will not miss a shift. Here comes Bobby. Is she holding him out? No, Jason's on the brakes by a long shot as well. A 946 on a 934. Jason Clarkin will get the win. 1117 on a 1084. Because I'm pretty sure Jason Clarkin didn't get the win in the first round. So now he's got 1 from 2. What about Bobby? She got a win in the first round.
I don't win in the first.
So 1 from 2 as well. And here we go. Brian Alvizio the DeWalt Kawasaki. Alex Redmond on the Suzuki, the Barlow's Ballina bike. 881 to a 965. Oh, look at that. 0.26 light for Alvizio. Brian is absolutely in the zone. Goes through for an 897 and an 881. Pretty effortlessly, really. Sadly, Alex just didn't cut a light that he needed to against a competitor like Alvizio. And the Mighty Goose will get the win. In case you're wondering why we call him the Goose, it's because the bike is as close as you can to a replica of the Mad Max bike on Mad Max 1, the original. Pretty cool. So here we go, Ryan DeRue, Rachel Redmond, 960 for Ryan, 1090 for Redmond. Oh, Rachel spins. You can't do that against Ryan DeRue with a 0.13. Ryan says, oh no, unless he goes too quick, and he will not. He's backed it out as well. Ryan, seriously? All these PBs, you didn't want to get another one? I suppose you thought, no, I'm not going to risk it, Terry. 10.01 on a 960, but a 0.13 light for the Rhino motorcycle bike. Well done.
Yeah, Tammy Goldthorpe on the speed flow lane done at an 879. Braden Charters in the rocket lane done at a 1040.
That's a bit of a chase, T.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a chase. So Tammy's got, we'll see Braden on the Ninja head off into the, I was going to say the sunset, but head off down the track. This will sunset until tomorrow afternoon.
Head off into the pretty lights.
And it is. Oh, Tammy Goldthorpe. We talk about a gift. That's a gift, and Tammy's got a gift. She cut a 002 red, but because Braden cut a red light first, and Braden's gone under the dial in anyway, at 10:30 on a 10:40. But Tammy Goldthorpe, an 879 on an 879 with a 002 red.
Yep.
Wow. Well, well, well. That was, I'll tell you what, if you're going to give somebody a free get out of jail or a free gift, you don't give it to Tammy Goldthorpe.
No.
Come on. So Mark Gordon, Rebecca Marsden, 930 for Mark, a 964 for Rebecca.
Tammy likes low races.
And we got it here on the it's the Yamaha, but we know that Lucky is definitely on a Suzuki.
Yeah, he's a real man. He rides Suzukis.
Because that was some serious shade. I hope that's on. I hope Overtaking Lane got that on record, because all the bike riders at the next All Bike Day, they'll be giving you a hard time.
Well, I'm going to the one in Nairobi.
Lucky stands up on that thing. Rebecca Marsden cut the better light at 0.35. Mark's got some work to do. You can see that flame flick out of that bike as he shifted up the gear, but it's not enough. A 983 and a 964. Rebecca Marsden will get the win. That was a tough race. I thought Mark, a 123 is way off the mark for Marsden. And Marsden got the win with that 0.35 light.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Eric Redmond, the speed flow lane, done at a 994. Chris Collin over in the rocket lane, done at a 785. Probably two of the biggest bikes in modified bike.
Well, have a look at this. So, look, we're talking about Chris Collin. He's riding a bike here in Mod Bike, running a 785. That is impressive. And he will do a big chase for Eric Redmond with a 994. So keep an eye on this, folks. Watch for the hard charging Hayabusa. Eric got out with a 229, a 169 for Chris Collin. Here comes Collin. The Rascal Race Engine bike sails on past, backs it out and goes 8.05 on a 785 for a safe win there for Chris Collin. That was quick. 136 mile an hour. He backed it out. He was at 140 mile an hour thereabouts at half track. So Chris was on a march, and he knew once he would have got close to Eric at about 3/4 track, Chris would have just automatically would have gone into his mode and gone, I'm off this thing now. And it looks like we've got something has happened down the deep end, so we've got our officials are rushing out. So we're not too sure what's happened. We'll find out very shortly. We might just take a quick break then, ladies and gentlemen, while we see what happens, okay? So we'll be back very, very shortly. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back to racing. Just a quick one. It was Eric had a bit of an incident on the bike, and we do believe he is absolutely fine. That is just checking him over. So, mate, we hope you are all okay, my good man. And if anybody will let us know, they said he was fine. So, look, here we are. We are moving into the round 2 of SuperComp. Chris Sankey up against Ian Pimble. The Ford in a gas automatic with in the by the rules Falcon off that record of 8.12, and Sankey in the alternate off the record of 8.35 has gone well and truly under that CAA record with he's gone 0.631 of a second under it. So he'll have the distinct, big wheel stand there for Triple and a red light, but it won't matter. Even Sankey had a look at the wall as he tries to bring it in, but it looks like it's a 9.9 on an 8.35 with a look at the wall. Pimble with a big wheels up and a red light. That was a wild run. I'll tell you what, if you're watching it at home, I hope you enjoyed that on the overtaking lane coverage. So junior bike and junior dragster to the lanes, please. Junior bike and junior dragster to the lanes. Top sportsman, you should be in the lanes. We are currently in SuperComp. Wow, that was a wild ride. I can't wait to see the highlights package if the boys pass all that up. We had Sankey get it loose. Pimble with the wheels up. That was wild. That is what SuperComp brings. So Jai Schluter, Rahim Tar. So the E-Gas goes off a 9.37 for Schluter. Has gone 7/10 under that. And nearly 400th has Rahim Tar gone under the AMSA record. Super Sedan to the lanes, please. Super Sedan to the lanes as well, please. This will be a tough one. Now, Schluter has the advantage because he knows he can go a lot under his record. Rahim, he knows he can go under that record as well by a fair chunk. So who is going to be the bravest to keep the pedal down, T? Who's going to be the gamest to push? Because it'll bring it back in the third round.
Yeah.
Who is going to, they'll both, this will be a side-by-side. As they get about 3/4 of the track, that's when all the action is going to happen. You know, there's some stick out there. I'll tell you what, there's some track stick. Oh, big wheel stand and a red light for Rahim Tar. Schluter goes 361 and knows it's safe. He will not be pushing that, will it? Jai will not. 888 on a 937. Gives it a nudge and a half still, but not as much. But the red light for Rahim Tar goes 10:39. But I'll tell you what, that was a big. Once again, both of those guys in that rocket lane in the Ford. Wheels up affair. Wheels up. Mark Sugars, he gets a bye. How good is that? He's running on the DMPA record, so it's a 9.12. And I'm not far off. I'm going to jump off the microphone in a minute so that Wade can call round 3 and you guys can call, and then I will be back for the finals apparently because you're too scared to call them to you.
I'm not too scared.
I'm just saying.
You just have more energy than me.
I have more energy. Stop using the baby as having a baby as
you didn't come in until lunchtime, thank you very much.
Come on.
So
you know what?
we need to do something.
I was at the markets with my wife and it was hard work because the markets are busy and there's lots of people around, and I had to have a mocker and stuff like that. So stop.
Oh, poor baby.
Anyway,
such a hard
this is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is why even as a volunteer you get bullied at work. But anyway, Mark Sugars 912. Oh, Mark, that's a cracker lead. A 131. Got it out nice. Let's see what he can do. Bring it on home. A 987 at 132. Nice work there, Mark. That is a beautiful piece of machinery, that car. Love it. Absolutely love it. So that means we are going into Top Sportsman. I'm going to hand the microphone over to my good mate, Wade Benson.
such a hard life, Terry. How many? One thing, that's Terry's. Awesome. To Top Sportsman, Dave Goldie and Carl Davies. So Carl Davies still on no wins. David with 1 win. So hoping to get a second win to get a chance to come into the finals.
Dave Goldie on 1 win, is that right?
Yeah, he lost last one.
Oh, he's giving himself every chance. Problem for the Monza. Looks like there's an issue on the front end. No such issues for Dave Goldie. He'll go through a 7:39 on a 7:35. Unfortunately for Carl, problems. Carl didn't look happy, and thankfully the timing block breathes a sigh of relief.
Seems like slowly rolling up to it.
So we will just we'll wait for Carl, that Monza, to safely exit from the braking area, and then we will get our next pairing forward in Top Sportsman, brought to us for the QDRC by Horsepower Solutions for 2024. Of course, Donnelly Blasting Services, our QDRC naming rights sponsor. So a big thank you to all of our sponsors for jumping on board this season.
Danny Lake has been low lane done at a 7:77. Steve Horvat over in the rocket lane done at an 8:34. So Lake is on 1 win. Horvat is on 1 win. So they'll be vying for that chance for the finals.
Yeah, so
2 wins.
who are our competitors on 4 wins, 3 wins heading into round 3?
2 wins.
2 wins. Yeah, get it. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Paul Devine, Patrick Barron, Dale O'Dwyer, and Tony Wyatt.
So who am I missing? I've got so Tony Wyatt, Paul O'Blaine, Patrick Barron. Who's the 4th one?
Dale O'Dwyer.
Dale O'Dwyer. Excellent. So Danny Lake, all the 7s, 777 on the dial in. He will chase down Steve Horvat in the Monaro. Horvat, a much improved showing from the recent Winter Nationals where the car had problems. Oh, red light for Horvat. Win goes to Danny Lake, who pulled the 0.23. And he gets to test that 777. He'll put himself on 2 wins from 3 rounds of racing. Goes to 780 with a 1 for Steve Horvat. He was bang on the 834 with a 9 on the 834 dial in. But the red light handed the win to Danny Lake.
Michael Schaefer in the Steve Lane done at an 862. Patrick Barron in the Rocket Lane done at an 861.
So this is the first of our competitors looking to go 3 wins from 3 rounds of racing. And the reason we're talking about that is because this is going to set up our finalists a little bit later on. So if you collect 3 wins from 3 rounds of racing, we have more than 2 drivers on 3 wins. Then it's also equally important that those competitors are as close to their dial-in as possible. So we'll keep an eye on Patrick Barron and that 861 in the dial-in. And Michael will get the win with an 868. Patrick an 877. Oh, it is, and look at this. We've got two of those competitors lining up alongside of each other. If you want drama, you've got it in the third round of Top Sportsman.
Well, we know that one of these two races will be going into the finals. Whoever wins will be in the finals. We know that.
That's correct. Yep. We'll leave it to our officials, but but based off our calculations, that's exactly right. They'll have 1 foot on a trophy here today. So will it be Dale O'Dwyer? The Firebird will be Paul Doblane. An 850 the dial in for Paul. A 782 with Dale. That very sleek, aerodynamic looking Firebird of O'Dwyer will be chasing hard.
Win with an 858 on an 850. Dale a 1.811 and an 872. Age final.
Is that a buy?
Yep.
Is that a buy for Tony Wyatt's got a buy to go three wins from the 3 rounds of racing. So, yeah, as you said, we just saw Doblane making himself available for the final, courtesy of the third win. And now Tony will do exactly that. Tony, though, gets the upper hand. He's got no one in the lane next to him.
Yep.
He's got an 826 on the dial in. Before the final, he gets a free crack.
So does that mean that Paul works for the final?
It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't matter how you get there.
Maybe not, but still.
Nice work. So good opportunity to fine-tune that 826. See what see what he comes back and dials
Probably
in.
glad he wasn't next to someone.
Yeah, that's right. So, there or thereabouts. Modified and Super Sedan. So we need Modified and Super Sedan to the staging lanes, please, for your third round of racing.
So it should be moving into Junior Dragster next. So in Junior Dragsters, there's 8 juniors coming in with 2 wins.
8. And that's the thing, when you've got these bigger brackets, they can have a lot of competitors coming in on the same number of wins.
Yep.
So, and it is potentially then that you're going to have more than 2 competitors on 3 wins each.
Yep.
So then it's equally important, as we've already mentioned, that they want to be as close to that dial-in as possible.
Yep.
So you can't just, even if you see your competitor next to you, red light, you can't essentially test that dial-in, because if you go under, then essentially
you've lost it.
you're just not disqualified, but you've gone under your dial-in, which means it doesn't count if you got all those people on 3 wins. Hopefully, for everyone listening, that made a lot of sense.
Now, on 2 wins so far, we have Dakota Bray,
Dakota Bray.
Nixon Cannulli,
Yeah.
Elec Kidd, Nevaeh McDougall, Vance Perano, Max Rowling, Carl Schultz, Jacob Schultz. That's it.
Oh, so there's an opportunity. It could be a Schultz final. Oh. Well earned, whichever competitors make their way into a final here at QDRC round number 1. For our juniors, I'm sure in the next 5 minutes we will find out who our finalists will be.
So we'll be starting off with Alex Kidd over in the rocket lane, done at an 8:24 up against Paige King. It's been Caroline done at an 8:62. Paige is on 1 win. And as we said before, Alex is one of our juniors with 2 at the moment. So Alex will be fighting for that third win.
Yeah, and for the competitors that are coming up alongside those 8, they don't care how many wins they've got on the board. They're just looking to finish their day on a high and get the win lights on in their lane.
will convert it to a win with an 8.36 on an 8.24.
All right, nice work there for Alex. He's done all he can do to set himself up for what could potentially be a final. So just a quick call, Modified and Super Sedan, Modified and Super Sedan to the staging lanes, please. And we have our finalists for Top Sportsman, Tony Wyatt and Paul Doblain. So Tony and Paul, congratulations on making the Top Sportsman final.
Yeah, we'll see you back around soon. Not too soon, but soon. See you went first. Right in. Okay, to make the cars like done at an 870, Amelia Wright done at a 796. So Amelia with no wins to make it the same. So these girls will just be fighting it out for a win for today. Breakout 869 on an 870. Amelia an 800 on a 796.
Unlucky, just under the dial in there for Tamika, but that's the name of the game.
Yeah. So Amelia will be happy to go home with at least one win today. Tamika, unfortunately, won't get that, but she, knowing Tamika, she'll be happy that she at least. That's all it's about. They're kids. So Charlie Usher in the Speedway Lane done at an 8.34. Carl Day in the Rocket Lane done at an 8.48.
I mean, can you really have a bad day racing?
No.
If things don't go to plan, obviously it makes it a bit miserable. But hey, if the car's in one piece at the end of the day, then 0.22 for Charlie Usher. Carl Day leaves a red light on the tree, so Charlie will take the win at 8.35 with an 8 on an 8.34 dial in. Would have been tough to beat anyway with a 0.22 light for Carl Day, an 8.48 for the dial in, and an 8.52 was the finish time.
McDougall in the Speedway Lane done at an 8.75. Neil Paul in the Rocket Lane done at an 8.26. I believe Nevaeh is one of our 2 from 2 so far. Neil unfortunately doesn't have anything so far, so Neil will be running for a chance to get her first win. Nevaeh will get running for that chance for a final.
Oh, could be the spoiler.
But she broke out. So we get another three.
That's it. Not ideal, not ideal. But the door's still open. Depends if you're looking at it glass half full or half empty. Depends on how you get a feel about that.
How the rest of these races go. James Loday an 8.39. Chase Carslake an 8.39. It is a heads-up race with these boys.
This is it. This is what we like. This is drag racing at its finest. All we need is a towel drop down in the middle. Get rid of the Christmas lights.
So James Loday hoping for a second win. Chase just chasing after a win for today. 0.20 for Chase and 0.60 and we'll get the win with an 8.44 on an 8.39. James Loday an 8.42 on an 8.39.
Nice work there for Chase.
Dakota Bray in the speedway lane done at an 8:02. Tyler Bellett in the Queensland lane done at an 8:28. Dakota, one of our 2 races. Tyler chasing that second win for today.
So looking to put a third win on the board. With Dakota, we've already got 2 competitors on 3 wins.
Dakota will take the win with an 8:05 on an 8:02. Tyler an 8:35 on an 8:28.
8:05 on an 8:02. I think Dakota in the box seat at the moment. Nothing's official, and that'll come to next door. We're just writing down numbers.
We just know how many wins you have.
E equals MC squared. If you can work that out, let us know.
So Cody Sedmack in the speedway lane done at a 9:15. Max Rowling in the off lane done at a 8:05. Max, one of our 2 for 2s. Big breakout there for Max. So we're happy with 3 wins, but I don't think that'll get him a chance in the finals, unfortunately. Vance Morano and speedway lane done at a 9:02. Carl Schultz for Water lane done at a 7:95. Carl, one of our 2 for 2s, same as Vance. So one of these boys will get 3 for 3 wins.
Vance Brano hot off the Winter Nationals final, looking to go back-to-back in consecutive finals here at Willowbank Raceway.
Carl Schultz, our current touch champion for Junior Dragster.
The SCG Racing sponsorship on the side of the junior. If you're in the Redlands area, make sure you stop by and see the gals down there for your Simpson safety gear requirements. Your Holly Aeroflow stocked as well. Vance Pirano. Can he put the foot in the door and potentially make those back-to-back finals?
2 over Vance. Oh, problems on the track there. Pulled over, which is the best thing that Carl should have done. So he's a bit upset at himself. But Vance will finish off with a 9:01 on a 9:14 on a 9:10. Stuck on. I'm stuck with Carl. I'm watching Carl, making sure he's okay.
That's always disappointing. You've got an opportunity to make a final, and of course we saw Carl have, as you said, Tiana, current Junior Dragster track champion, so he has had a lot of success in the recent past. The title defence stuck on 2 wins and 3 rounds racing, but it's a long season. It's only round 1. You have to remember, so there's plenty more racing to come this year. Carl will be back out in the next rounds. Those precious championship points and race wins.
Yeah, and I think we'll get pretty good points this round after getting 2 wins. So should be happy with that, and with the accepted 3 for the lost points as well. Sorry, Tiana Canuli in the Rocket Lane done at an 8:49. Jacob Schultz in the Speedway Lane done at an 8:54. Tiana will be chasing the win today. Very 9 for Tiana, a 1-1 to Tiana will get the win with an 8:51 on an 8:49. Check the vision with an 8:56 on an 8:54. All that light there. Okay, Nixon Canuli in the Speedway Lane done at an 8:07. Our last of the G's come down, coming by, and also the last of our 2.
Wow, we could end up with four races on 3 wins. So we will handball the decision making over to the people next to us, control tower. And they will be crunching numbers and playing with the abacus dial. 8:07, and Nixon goes through on that 8:07 dial. 8:21 with a 6 to finish his 3 rounds of racing with 3 wins on the board. Good luck to our meeting director, Dale, on working out who our junior dragster finalists are. If you can work it out. Oh, you've got some names written down. All right, we'll see how you go.
From my numbers.
We'll see how you go. We'll
From my numbers.
keep them close by.
Yeah. Well, I hope that.
All Scarlet down to a French. It's a little bit loose. Keeps it in the right direction. Xavier Mansfield French 0:41, 260 for Scarlets, a 900 with a 5 for Xavier. Scarlet finishes off at 12:41 with a 3 for our junior drag bike competitors here today.
Yes, that means we'll be moving into Super Sedan next.
Modified bike and Super Street. So modified bike and Super Street. Can you guys make your way to the staging lanes, please? Alrighty, so we're Super Sedan.
Super Sedan.
Oh yeah. Big field of Super Sedan here this weekend.
Yeah, so coming into this round, we've got 1, 2, and 3 with 2 from 2 wins. We've got Gary Clark, Damien Morris, and Rudy Wyatt. Starting off with one of them, we have Rudy Wyatt over to the Rocket Lane. Done at a 9:46, running short. In Speedway Lane, done at a 9:32. So Brennan chasing his first win for today.
Yeah, the Tirana fans, they'll be jumping on board, cheering for this one. Rudy Wyatt, he was our #1 qualifier earlier today.
Yeah, also been doing really well with racing.
Yep.
Chasing that third win to try and get to the finals.
So he's looking to tie the bow, seal the deal, and complete the knot. Step into the final. He's done the first part of 006 light to 0:49 for Brendan Shaw. Tirana doesn't look like it's going to be able to catch Rudy, and he won't. So Rudy will take the win, a 9:61 on a 9:46. Set it up nicely with the light. Brendan Shaw will finish up a 10:10 on a 9:32.
Damien Morris with a bye. Done at a 9:84.
So he was the first competitor down the newly renovated track here at Willowbank Raceway. So I compare that to first man on the moon or first man to have the cheesy bread at Sizzler. All big milestones, but for Damien Morris, you can't take that off him.
Closing style to be able to convert this win into a finals. And it'll be 9.64, so pretty good run, pretty close to the style.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's it. There's only one other competitor, which is Gary Clark on 2 wins. So we've seen our other 2 competitors go 3 from 3.
Hamish Jackson in the Speedflow lane done at a 9.70. Rob Price in the Rocket lane done at a 9.38.
It's a good day to be at Toronto, isn't it?
Every day is a good day to be
Every day's a good day, that is true.
If you have a Toronto, every day is a good day.
I don't feel like it would be happening. If you were having a really bad day
Just go and sit in the
and you didn't want to go to work, just take the Toronto to work. Even if it might be a Sunday drive or something. Grab the keys. You can't be unhappy.
Mitchell Bauer on bike done at a 9.24. So I wonder if the competitors didn't show up. Because we've had Damien with the bike as well, so.
A couple of bye runs.
Yeah, looks like we're missing like half of our Super Sedans.
Yeah. So it's been a war of attrition in the Super Sedan ranks here today. The fair lane and the far lane of Mitchell Bauer for Fernwood Landscaping gets a chance to complete his day with a bye. Leisurely Saturday night down the Willowbank Strip. 0.21 light, 9.24 dial in. Goes at 9.38 with an 8, 142 miles per hour. But more importantly, will collect those win points for his Super Sedan Championship aspirations.
And it looks like Phil Bellett up there, so that would be the end of Super Sedan. We missed a lot of that bracket. But mind you, looking from the first round and second round to who didn't show up, it went about half, and we've gone about half again. So I know maybe something happened. Okay, here we go, round 3 of Modified. Again, we had 3 races with 2 wins in this round. So we've got Phil Bellett, Kinkalia, and Lucas Holtz. So Phil Bellett, first one up over in the Rocket Lane, done at a 7.72. One of our 2 from 2 wins. Andrew Pinkston only has 1 win so far. Fortunately, he red lit in the first round.
So Pinkstone was in the final at the Winter Nationals. Phil Bellett
Been racing for years.
has been looking to
No
make the
such
final.
right.
Yeah, that's it.
Allowed with 0.54, Andrew Pinkston, and 0.21. And Andrew will take the win with a 7.60 and 7.40. So we just got our Junior Dragster final, which I am quite proud of myself. I got right. It will be Vance Plano and Dakota Bray. So Vance Plano and Dakota Bray, you will be the Junior Dragster final tonight.
Never in doubt.
Okay, Nick Lear, one of our 2 races so far. Over the rocket lane, done at an 8.67. Brett Farnell over here in the speed flow lane, done at an 8.19.
Front engine powered dragster of Brett Farnell. Rear engine dragster for Nicholas Clear. Choose your weapon of horsepower. Red light for Nicholas Clear. Farnell take the win, but for Nick it'll hurt. He's got a little bit loose there just after half track. Car was not happy. And for Brett Farnell goes to a 9.30 on that 8.19. But all eyes were on the dragster of Nicholas Clear, who got out of shape. But thankfully has kept the car straight and he's got through without a scratch. But unfortunately, didn't get the win.
This one's going to be hard because that's already 2 of our 2 from 2s that have lost. Okay, so our Super Sedan final is Morris and Wyatt. So Rudy Wyatt and Damien Morris, you will be the Super Sedan finals. So Damien Morris and Rudy Wyatt, you are in the Super Sedan finals.
Yeah, so it's as you said, Tiana, modified is now, the door's been thrown open.
Yeah.
Let all the flyers in, they're coming through. They're coming through hot because 2 of our 3 competitors on 3 wins, or 2 wins, hoping to go from 3.
Yeah.
Have not signed the paperwork. They've lost. So Lucas Holt's still the opportunity to go to move on to those 3 wins. So very interesting indeed.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a hold up in there.
So then you start going through the field, and who have we got on 2 wins so far?
2 wins so far. You've got Phil Bellett, Brett Farnell, Nick. Well, all the ones who have raced so far have 2 wins.
Yep.
Coming into this round, we only had Lucas Holtz left, but with 1 win, we've got Peter Azalea and John Munro, who could come, and if one of them win with really close to their dial-in, could take the final.
They could do the Bradbury. They could come from nowhere. Come from nowhere and get themselves into a final. Yep. Wouldn't that be a story? There's always drama and tension in Modified.
I'm not even going to try to figure this one out. The juniors, it was easier. Had to go out the 3 and who was closest to that on. I'm not even trying Modified.
I can see Dale's firing up the second abacus over there, looking to crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
So just a big shout out again to all of our sponsors for the 2024 season. Knijff Earthmoving for Modified, Horsepower Solutions in Top Sportsman, Prime Science Speed Elec for Super Street, and SuperFloor in Junior Dragster. It's all brought to us by Donnelly Blasting Services. And don't forget the full calendar of events on the Willowbank Raceway website. We've got all Ford Day coming up at the end of this month. Mopar Sunday as well. It's all the theme days in July. Plenty of testing tunes on the calendar if you want to come out. If you've got a road-registered vehicle, you're sitting at home watching on Overtaking Lane, and you've got a road-registered vehicle, come and have a crack at our Street Series on the 27th of July. Always a lot of fun with Tiana and Terry on the mic as well. Round 2 of the Queensland Drag Racing Championships on the 3rd of August. We've got the Nostalgia Drags on the 10th, and the big one, Jamboree, All Things Sport Compact, on the 24th and 25th of August. But we've still got a gaggle of people over on the hill there. How are we doing over there, folks? You guys hanging in there okay? Give us a thumbs up. Excellent. We can still see you over there in the dark. Everyone over here in the grandstand, how's everyone doing? Hanging in there? Excellent. Good to have you with us, folks. You guys are looking fantastic. Is it cold out there? Oh, it's a beautiful 26 degrees in here with the heater on. In here without our jumpers. I'm kidding, it's probably on about 20 actually, but it probably feels warmer than it is out there. If you are joining us on the live stream today, we do thank you for tuning in. And if you are local, if you're in southeast Queensland and you're looking at coming out, where else can you get 6 hours plus of racing for under $30? You can't even go to the movies for under $30 these days. It costs you $30 for a large bucket of popcorn. It's value for money. It's like sometimes it's like a test match of cricket out here. It's just a grind. But it's the drama and the tension that we stay for. But we've just got the John Deere out there doing some work on the track, keeping our racing surface in tip-top condition. So we'll be back very shortly with the conclusion of QDRC round number 1, round 3 of racing, and our finals not too far away. All right, we've got Modified back on track. Let's find ourselves some finalists. John Munro at 8:10, Chris Reed at 8:48. The field is wide open. 132 light for the Bantam Ultimate of Munro. Chris Reed has the Roadster in front, and it will be enough. An 8:59 with a 4 on an 8:48, courtesy of the 0:43 reaction time, is the win over John Munro. An 8:14 on an 8:10, closer to the dial-in. Reaction time, but performance for the win. So have you worked it out, Tiana? Do we know who...
Not even trying with Modified. Give up with them. I love you all, but no.
I mean, potentially, we've got a situation where no driver could finish on 3 wins. Lucas Holt is out there hoping to change
Lucas
that.
is our last chance.
Yep, he made 24 bajillion finals last QDRC season, and he only lost 1 of them. He is the form driver in the modified field over the past 18 months. Got a Winter Nationals win here a couple of weeks ago. He's looking to get the biz done over the T-bucket of Peter Ilsley, an 8:63. So he will be chased down. Lucas Holtz, that is, who's dialed in a 9:07. 0:45 flight for Lucas Holtz. 2:17 for Pete. You can't give him that advantage, and the T-bucket sounds off song. So it will be Lucas Holtz, a 9:19 with an 8, with a 9:07. That will see him go 3 wins from 3 rounds of racing, and he is our first finalist in modified. The second, over to you, Dale, our meeting director, to work that out.
And it looks like Benita didn't make it out of this round. Yeah, she did. Okay, Super Street. Okay, Bud Kelly and Nicole Goldie. So Nicole died at 11:59, Bud Kelly and 11:22. Nicole is on 1 win coming in. Kelly on none.
Pretty sharp lights either side of the racetrack, so it's good. A win coming either side here. Slight advantage to Nicole across the finish line. The HQ is coming hard. It won't be enough. A breakout for Bud Kelly, an 11:02 on that 11:22. Big breakout there, 0.2 of a second. So Nicole Goldie will take the win in 11:70 on 11:59.
Terry Mansfield French in the Rocket Lane done at 11:18. Colin Marshall in the Speedflow Lane done at 11:20. Terry with 1 win coming in. Colin with 1 win coming in. So whoever wins has a chance.
Oh, neither of them wanted to have a crack. A 2:51 to a 3:36. Pretty close to the dial-in, so they will know that where they're at. An 11:22 and 11:18 for Terry Mansfield French will take the win. On 11:34 and 11:20 for Colin Marshall. If you are a finalist in any of our categories, start making your way around to the staging lanes, please.
Okay, Josh Fletcher, one of our racers with 2 wins coming in, has the chance to take a final space. Travis Grease with 1 win coming in. We've got 5 races in this bracket. Travis.
You got to pull a good line against Josh Fletcher, and how's Travis gone? 004. He's got his foot to the floor, a 10:59 with a 6. That'll be good enough over a 10:69 with a 4 for Josh Fletcher on that 10:66. So it was 1,000th of a second across the finish line. Whole shot win goes to Travis. Well done. It's not often you see that happen to Josh Fletcher.
No. Okay, Ray Ross in the speed flow lane done at a 10.05. Beth Mansfield French in the rocket lane done at a 10.91.
How do you like your charges, Tiana? I like my wheels up. That's what we'll see from Ray Ross.
I thought a really good joke about it.
Oh, Sparks from Ray Ross. He's got the wheels up, heading towards the 60-foot cone. Oh, he's having a good look at the centre line as well. So a buck that bounced. And it spat him out the other end of 12.23 on that 10.05 dial. And the win will go to Beth Mansfield French at 11.06 on a 10.91. Lucas Holtz and Andrew Pinkstone are our modified finalists. So Lucas Holtz and Andrew Pinkstone. That is a dead set. Exact final that we saw at the Winter Nationals here at the start of June. So the plot thickens.
Wasn't that the Winter Nationals final?
That's exactly what we just said.
Sorry, I'm zoned out. I'm doing numbers here. And
Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. I shouldn't interrupt the secretary, should I? Thank you, Tiana, for keeping us in check. And you were their bracket marshal too.
Yes.
All right, Jenny Ashen at 11.07. The big panel van of Matt Francis, a 0.28, Golden at 10.62. Jenny's red legs. So the big panel van that can. Breaks out, goes at 10.61 with a 5 on a 10.62. Jenny Ashen will finish off on 11.23 and 11.07. And Matt Francis will take the win.
Craig Lane in the rocket lane done at 11.58. Darren Piddington in the speed flow lane done at a 10.98.
In that Statesman and charge hard in the Capri. All the ones and 11.11 with a 2 on that 10.98 dial in. It was a 1.53 light. A 0.83 for Craig Layton, had the advantage off the start. Made it count, goes an 11.62 and 11.58. And Craig Layton will take the win from that pairing.
So that puts Craig Layton as as the first Super Street to have 3 for 3 so far.
All right, Samantha Yulton at 11.45 will leave first. And Sean Taskus, former national champion, will hunt down Samantha. The speed flow lane. Past half track up towards the finish line. Sean Taskus will take the win, a 10.84 on a 10.81. Samantha Yulton will go through an 11.62 with an 11.45.
So Sean Taskus will be joining late in there in the 3 from 3 club. Troy Hundon at a 10.69, Mark Rosso at 11.58.
It's like Batman down there under the cover of darkness. All we could see was brake lights because both cars were in shade. But it'll be Mark Rosso at 11.60 with a 9, taking the win at 11.57. He was on the brakes, takes the win. Troy Hutton goes at 10.73, got 10.69.
Mark Rosso, 3 from 3.
Ooh, look at that. Challenges starting to rise. John Riley, 11.68, bang, goes a 0.23 light. Murray Flay and the little Commodore that could. You can see John already has caught Murray there to half track. And he'll go through an 11.77 on an 11.68 for Murray Flay, 13.95 on 12.99. John Riley will find himself a winner in the third round of racing.
Fortunately, not enough to bring him to a final. Terry Glasby in the street in the Speedflow lane done at a 11.71. Angela Holtz in the Rocket lane done at a 10.88.
I think the Fairlane's like the A380 of the Street Series world. It's just a huge car sitting down there on the start line. It's a huge bit of kit that goes very quick, 11 seconds quick. Oh, problems for Angela Holtz there on the shift, but that did a 002. There's going to be problems. So unless Terry Glasby breaks out, which he doesn't, an 11.86 on an 11.71, Angela Holtz, unfortunately, their problems. Pulled the 002 light, which is absolutely fantastic in Super Street, but can't make it count. And Terry Glasby will take the W.
Tanenka Marshall done in 11.60, and Wayne Nippers in Rocket Lane done at a 10.45.
So they will be coming forward shortly. We've got a couple more pairings in Prime Science Speed Elec Super Street. We've got Modified Bike, and then we are straight into our finals. So don't go anywhere. And why not have a little pause in proceedings just to...
Bring the suspense.
yeah, that's it.
Rolling up. We'll eventually get there. There we go. Good boy.
Come on, guys. Noodle box closes at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you're not making
I've already
it.
missed it. Ah, bugger.
You haven't missed it yet, but you got half an hour. 082. Tanisha, a 072.
Oh, look at the Camaro come on strong at the top end. It'll be enough at 10.52 on that 10.45. So Wayne Nippers will take the win. Tanisha Marshall 11.68 on an 11.60. It was anyone's race. Both sharp on the tree, Tiana.
Yeah. Wade Moran will have the bye this round, getting his win finally.
Oh, 0.65 for Wade. Must be the name. Would have put in sharp lights if I don't say so myself. Yeah, sometimes it's right. 11.43 and 11.40 for Wade Moran, courtesy of SWC Automotive. Mustang will get the bickies and the chocolates in the final pairing of Super Streets. So did you work out who our finalists were?
I think so.
You did?
We've got 3 that are 3 from 3. I'm pretty sure I've got it, but we'll wait until the official word before I try and say anything. And we're up to round 3 of Modified Bike. So Rachel Redmond done at a 10.90. Rebecca Marsden in Rockland done at a 9.64. Rebecca coming in with 2 wins. Rachel with no wins. So Rachel will be chasing out her first win. Rebecca will be racing.
Looking to get in the final. Yeah, Queensland versus New South Wales. Rachel from down at Woodburn, down there on the Richmond River in New South Wales. Beautiful part of the world.
First win of the day with a 10.99.
Oh, nice work. That's how you like to finish the day.
Yeah. Ryan Daru done at a 960. Alex Redmond in the speedflow lane done at a 968.
Ryan's dialed in a PB. He's going for another one. Oh, 0.59 light. That is fantastic for Ryan. It's going to be hard to chase down. Alex was half a second, had a snooze on the tree. Ryan on the brakes and goes a 972 with a 2 on that 960. Safe as houses, a 954 on a 965 for Alex Redmond. He's too quick. And Ryan will finish his day with a win.
Yeah, we'll have 2 wins out of 3, so can't say anything yet, but could have a chance. Mark Gordon in speedflow lane done at a 930. Alan Annis in the rocket lane done at an 859. Both of these boys having come in with 1 win.
Red light for Mark Gordon. So the Suzuki of Alan Annis Jr. gets a free crack at it. 8.59 on the dial in. What's it going to be? It'll be an 8.61 on an 8.59. 0.92 light thrown there as well for Alan. Mark Gordon will finish off a 9.44 on a 9.30.
Jason Clarkin in the rocket lane done at a 9.34. Jason White in the speedflow lane done at 11.20. You know what? I reckon Jason will win. Yep.
Yeah, that's good, Tiana. That is good. You've made the call early,
Yep.
and I can't see that being wrong. So what we do know is Jason Clarkin will have to be very, very patient on the lights because he had nearly 2 seconds sitting there while Jason of the Whites decided to head down. And Jason's broken out a 10.84 on an 11.20. How do you break out by 0.4 of a second? And Jason Clarkin will go through for the win. He goes, doesn't matter how they come. I've got another one, a 9.53 on a 9.34. So you were right, it was Jason. Clarkin taking the win in that pairing.
Here we go, Chris Collin, one of our other racers coming in with 2 wins. 7.83 Dylan Braden Charters done at a 10.25. Looking for his first win of the night.
So the red light there for Braden Charters. Red light for Chris Collin as well, courtesy of leaving second. He'll already have the win light on. So all eyes on the time, an 8.18 on a 7.83. Braden Charters goes a 10.29 on a 10.25. But that is sometimes the advantage of leaving second, is that if you do red light and your competitor's already red lit, you will take the win.
No visios.
Well, you talk about big and colossal matchups in modified bike. Tammy Goldthorpe, Brian Alvizio, an 8.83 and 8.79. There's not much in the dial-ins. Oh, uncharacteristic, slow on the light there for Tammy Goldthorpe. Brian Alvizio, you can't give him that much of a head start, and you can't indeed. He goes an 8.90 on an 8.83, a 0.19 light. So it was sharp for Brian. Tammy goes to an 8.91 on an 8.79. And Brian will go 3 wins from 3 rounds of racing on the Kawasaki.
We just have Bobby Schluter doing her last little. Ryan will finish off with 11.10.
Alrighty, so this is a call for all of our finalists to the staging lanes, please, so we can get our finalists underway.
Yes,
We're just waiting on the final confirmation of our last couple of categories.
So Super Sedan, we should have Damian Morris and Rudy White. So Damian Morris and Rudy White should be in the you should be in the lanes. Paul DeBlaine and Tony Wyatt, you're in the finals for Top Sportsman, so you should be in the lanes. Junior Dragster, Vance Pirano and Dakota Bray, you should be in the lanes. Did we get the
Modified will be
Yeah, okay.
Lucas
Yeah.
Holtz and Andrew Pinkstone, a rematch of our Winter Nationals final.
So looking at, like, was that me or was that actually confirmed? And Modified Bike.
We haven't got that one
We
yet.
haven't got that one, and we haven't got Super Street yet.
Oh, no, we do have Super
Oh,
Street.
yeah, Super Street
Yep.
was, yep. I got I'm like, I've got my ones here.
There we
It
go.
will be Mark Rosso and Sean Taskis. So Mark Rosso and Sean Taskis head around to the lanes.
And confirmation of our modified bike final will be Brian Alvizio and Chris Collin. That rounds out all of our finalists. If you guys can make your way around to the staging lanes, we'll get these finals underway very shortly. And this is one that we didn't call out, but it's here. It's on the track. It's ready to go. It is our SuperComp final for round one of the QDRC season. These guys are about to win themselves. Well, they've got their hand on a plaque. It just depends if it's going to say winner or runner-up. You're back.
Like pressing is Josh Luder in the split lane done at a 9:37. Chris Sankey in the rocket lane with an 8:35.
So of course these guys not running dial-ins. This is Group 2 performance categories. They're running off. Do we work out if they're running off track records or national records? They usually run off an index. But as Tiana said, Josh Sluter, a 9:37 has gone well under that today. Ran an 8:66, which is 3/10 under that index. Chris Sankey ran 6/10 under the index, an 8:35. This is number 1. This is number 2 in the qualifying order. They're well under their indexes respectively, and this is going to be a race in SuperComp, Terry.
Mate, they are on their QDRC record, so how hard do you want to give it a nudge, Wade?
Yeah, that's it. I was just
Do you,
saying.
you know what? And do you want to make it hard for yourself later in the year?
Yeah,
What do you want to do? Like, this is a tough gig.
Look at it. You got under 6/10 for Chris Sankey, 7/10 for Josh Sluter.
Mate, this will be wild. Oh, 000 for Sankey, but is it going to be enough? Schluter goes through. Schluter will get the win, an 8:67 on the 9:37. And Chris Sankey, a 000, but the car went off. That was
How
brutal.
insane is that, Terry? We said it was going to be tough. Chris Sankey did everything right as the driver, but unfortunately the ultimate didn't come to play in the final when it counted.
000 and losers. That is just like, whew. That is, you know what? That's, yeah, well, anyway. Top Sportsman, Paul Doblin, Tony Wyatt. Paul wanting to take his previous success here tonight. 8:53 for Paul Doblin in the VF Cobra. Tony Wyatt in the Pine Mountain Performance Calibra with an 8:30. So not too much in these dial-ins for this race. This will be a good race for Wyatt and Doblin. Anyone's game. It'll be one on the tree. How do you see it, Wade?
Oh, it's going to be close. Tony White's been picking up double O lights for most of today. He's going to have to pull one off here against Paul Doblain. We'll wait and see. A 0.18 for Doblain. Tony White a 0.79. So the defending track champion in Top Sportsman's got his eye in front.
Ooh, that looks quick.
Yeah, he comes wired, but it won't be enough. He has an 8.36 on an 8.30. Paul Doblain will take the win, an 8.59 on an 8.53, and that is Horsepower Solutions Top Sportsman, Terry.
Ooh, that was tough too. Just like that. Schluter, Doblin. That's our winners so far. We are moving into Super Sedan. Rudy White and Damien Morris will be our finalists. 984 for Damo. Rudy with a 950. Once again, the dial-in's pretty slim between them, Wade.
Absolutely.
Once again, like the previous race, I think whoever cuts a light has given themselves probably the best chance of winning. Oh, Damien, that's too good a light. So a 0.18, Rudy White, that's a good light. He will go through for the win, and he will back it up with a 950 on a 950 with a 0.18. I'll tell you what, Damien, don't feel so bad about that 004 red, mate, because Wyatt just absolutely blew the cobwebs out of that one.
Kept the best for last there, did Rudy White. That's awesome in a final to run it right on the dial in there, a 950 with a 4.
That is impressive. If you're going to win well.
Yeah, that's right. So well done to Rudy White there, taking out round 1 of our Super Sedan QDRC.
So next will be our Super Street, which will be our finalists will be Sean Taskus and Mark Rosso. So Mark Rosso, I'd like to have a chat to Mark and see how long has it been since he's been in a final. And 11.59 for Mark in the Camaro. Sean Taskus in the always omnipresent Capri. He's been campaigning for quite a number of years with a 1082. He will chase down Mark Rosso. Will he have enough? 0.57 for Rosso, a 0.61 for Taskus. This is absolutely anybody's game. Rosso, Taskus, Roscoe, Taskus, and the win, Mark Rosso.
Oh, double breakout.
I'll tell you what, how tough is this racing tonight, Wade? Both have gone under their dial-ins. They both knew they had to push hard. And 11.56 on 11.59, which you'd think normally that would be a big loss. But a 10.78 on 10.82 for Sean Taskus.
And that's the thing, Terry, when the reaction times are so close like that, you just can't give an inch, can you, at either end of the racetrack. But neither of them lifted. Neither of them lifted, Terry.
I'll tell you what, all these races, we've had White go right on the dial-in. We've had Sankey lose with a 0.00. We've had double breakouts in Super Street.